cone pot or a dome pot, simply because of its shape. Now, if we were commercial fishing nets, me and Danny, we would have left the hook in the bridle. We would have swung it out over a table, maybe a couple tugs. We would undo this pucker string up front here. What's going to happen is there's a series of rings in the middle there. That web's going to relax, those crab are going to come spilling out. We're going to decide whether we're going to fade it up and send it back out, or if we're going to stack it. Now, the reason you would fish this style of pot, right now there's a lot of seiners in town with small decks. For the summer, they're salmon fishermen. For the winter, they can come out and do this. What you're going to be able to do with this style of pot, with that web relaxed in the bottom, you can stack these 15, 20 high. So if you can only get 25 of those square ones you see on TV on the deck of your boat, you can get up to 80 to 100 of these. It changes the game dramatically. So pretty cool design. Now the way it's going to work, you got that bait jar up front, tides going back and forth. These guys pick up on the scent. You're going to try to figure out how to get there. Up the side they go. Okay? Through the top is the tunnel for this style of pot. Alright? Now, they come with some instructions. Because you are going to hold these. Danny's going to tell you how to do it. Because we don't shot a line I got here. This is poly. The reason we're going to have poly connected to that pot first is so that it floats up away from that gear. This has got a double ring on the bottom, ensuring that that tunnel ends up on top so that it's fishing correctly. You don't want this line getting fouled up underneath there. Lands on the bottom, it shakes off, you lose that pot. So that first shot's always going to be poly. You'll have multiple shots on the pot. You have 3 or 4. Only the top shot's going to be nylon. The reason that is so that that line sinks away from the buoys for the same purpose, deliberately. You don't want it up on the surface. You want that guy, the captain, he needs to be able to drive up to that buoy in such a manner that we can get it without getting it in the wheel.
Now, when we're out there paleo fishing, this is just a sample of crab. There's about 60 crab in there. But when we're out there paleo fishing in the Bering Sea, we want to see 600 crab in every single pot. And you can reasonably expect to get that also.
Okay, guys, let's let her go.
Ready, Andy?
Let her go.
Going over.
Just like that. No, wait, there's more. Up here.
Get a shot of that. You ain't gonna see the old man up on the rack more than once a day. All right, there's our golden Alaskan king crab, folks. Now this crab pot right here, this is the workhorse of the Bering Sea. There are more pots of this size and this style out there than any other. They do make them much larger, but this is the one that is most common out there, and this is what we call a 6.5 pot. That is because it is 6.5 feet by 6.5 feet. 36 inches tall right here, and it weighs 750 pounds. So the first thing we're gonna do, we land it in the rack, and we're gonna set these dogs right there. Those hydraulic dogs, they grab a hold of that thing and they lock it down. Then we bring that pot up. Guys are going to move in, undo the straps, grab that door, and as they're throwing that door up on top, up she comes. And that is how you're going to dump those crabs out the front of that pot. Now, you never want to assume that that pot is going to stay in the rack. Although 99.9% of the time it does. I've seen it happen a number of times. Pot comes up, dog lets go, and a 750-pound crab pot comes tumbling right out the top of this raft. Now this area right here, this is the death zone. You find yourself up behind this launcher, and this guy comes down on that thing. That is the end of you. That launcher creates 30,000 pounds of pressure. You get yourself in behind there, it won't even slow down as it breaks you in half. Now this is not hands-on. These crabs have very powerful pincers and they have spines all over their body. So what we're going to do, we're going to gather these guys up. We're going to ask everybody to hold their seats. We want everybody to be able to see. And then we're going to, on the outside. I'm one of the best. They would sink that whiskey on the outside of the harbor, come in, go through customs, and then at night come back out and retrieve the whiskey. Now we've got these specially designed barrels for catching these beers, and our only concern is that they are 12 ounces or larger in order to retain them commercially. Yeah, Andy will tell you, those 8 ounces, they drink just fine.
It's exactly
He calls that the drink and release program. One of several programs Andy participates in that have made him the man he is today. I can hear the whispers back there. Do you think there's really beer?
What's your favorite kind?
No, are you going to shoot?
Gold. Golden free. If you expect anything else, you're on the wrong boat.
There we go. The Red Barrel Special.
Amber. All right, how this is going to work, I'll open it up, get them poured out into the cooler.
We'll get that in the yard.
And then Dan will distribute them
Okay.
as he sees fit.
Man, that left a mark.
People always ask, what do you do in the winter? Paint.
Yeah. What are the good David gravy is that? It's the giant drunken octopus.